Hi everyone, Gemma here, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Scribblicious brush pens by The Works. I was interested in these after someone commented that the Asda brush pens I reviewed reminded them of these pens, so I was intrigued. I'm a big fan of affordable brush pens, so I wanted to test these out, but before I get into my review of these, my channel covers stationery reviews, calligraphy and bullet journaling. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing for similar future content. Okay, so first things first is the cost. These are crazy cheap. They're £3 for 24 brush pens, which works out to just over 12p a pen. So that's even cheaper than the Asda brush pens I reviewed last year, and that's saying something. As I mentioned in my intro, these are available in The Works and actually seem to be made by The Works. If you've not thought about shopping in The Works for pens before, they actually have quite a variety of affordable arts and crafts supplies. So for example, I bought a pad of pretty pattern paper for a much better price than what Hobbycraft sells it for. Anyway, back on track, let's start by looking at the packaging of these pens. They come in a triangular shaped container with a lid, and I really like the fact that their packaging can be reused. However, I went to get the pens out and they were really stuck. You can't pull these pens out all at once, and frustratingly you have to pull several out one by one before you're able to get the remainder out. Once I was finally able to pull the pens out, I noticed that they looked cheap, like really cheap. Now the £3, you can't demand pens that are cheap to look expensive, but they look like felt tip pens that you could get in the 99p shop, which instantly made me question the quality. You can't pull these pens out all at once, and frustratingly you have to pull the pens out one by one. In terms of colours, there's 24 colours and none of the colours are repeated. The set does feature a bright neon colour, which was a nice surprise, but there's nothing particularly unique about a lot of the colours. That's not to say a few of them aren't pretty, they're just not unique. Out of the whole pack, there are 5 that are either a little different or a vibrant colour. I quite liked a few of the blues, particularly the navy colour, as this is the colour I feel is often missing from a lot of other brush pen sets. I also quite liked the mid-grey colour. As I've reiterated a few times now, I don't feel that there's a unique enough colour to justify going for this set, and even if there was, you wouldn't be able to use these as brush pens anyway. Testing out these pens, I realised that these aren't actually brush pens, they're cheap felt tips labelled as brush pens. I think the fact that The Works labelled them as brush pens is misleading. A brush pen should be designed to obviously achieve thick and thin lines, but with these pens it's not just difficult, it's near impossible at times. With some other felt tips, they have a conical nib so that you can get thick and thin lines by adjusting how you hold the pen, but these aren't designed in that way either. On top of this frustration, I found that a lot of the pens were frayed, so I couldn't even get clean looking lines. Overall, just really not a nice experience to use these. I now have quite a lot of experience with brush pens, but even I couldn't get these to work in the way that a brush pen would. I definitely wouldn't recommend these pens for beginners, even as a practice set, and it's a shame. I'm a big advocate of affordable brush pens. I think it's important for there to be accessible options because not everyone can drop £20 on a pack of 6 Tombow brush pens. When I went to get out the black brush pen of the tin, I realised I couldn't actually identify which colour was which, so again I had to go to the effort of taking several pens out to be able to find it, and I accidentally pulled off the lid as well. It just wasn't easy, and nothing with these pens is straightforward. If I like these pens as brush pens, I wouldn't actually keep them in the tin because that would be too annoying. So is it worth getting these pens? Now, I know you might think they're £3. You can't complain about something that's £3, even if they are rubbish. But there's no point in spending £3 on brush pens that don't work as brush pens. Also, in my opinion, they're just Poundland felt tips rebranded and put in a tin. If you want these, head over there instead. If you want affordable brush pens, I'd recommend WHSmith brush pens over these, or even Crayola Supertips. And if you can't afford £10 plus for a pack of pens, I'd recommend investing the £3 in a black Fude Touch Brush pen instead. and that's a much better investment in my opinion. In terms of a ranking, I've ranked these pens as a 2 out of 10, which is my harshest ranking yet. The 2 points I've given are because of the fact that they have a case that's actually reusable and for a few of the colours featured, but I can't recommend these brush pens even as a practice pen because they simply don't work as a brush pen. Okay, so that's my review. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I didn't think I'd get so frustrated by £3 pens, but hey ho. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to drop it a like, and at this point I've done lots of brush pen reviews, so if you want to check those out, I'll link them in the description for you, and also make sure to subscribe because there's more on the way. If there's some brush pens you think I should check out, please comment them down below. Okay, I'll catch you in the next video of me being too intense about pens. Thank you for watching.